Good morning. Good morning. I'm John Halcyon. This is Love Morning. We are sharing some gratitude and connection. Oh, what are you grateful for? I am grateful. I've had a few setbacks, so I am acknowledging them and also doing some reframing and focusing on gratitude within the crap or crap or cone. So some crap, but I will be looking for the cone in just a moment in all of those crappy situations, recognizing that the long enough timeline with enough time to think with it, even the crap becomes fertilizer. And so, as we start this day and we sing a song that we make up, we try to find the gratitude and not get caught in a shake up because we are having a love morning and we are sharing gratitude. And we are sharing all the good stuff. And if we listen up, it will change our attitude. We're having a love morning. All right. Some days I'm psyched about singing that song. Sometimes I force myself to. Oh man, I've changed my chair back to my ball chair and it sure squeaks. You can hear that, can't you? Oh well. Good morning, Gerbot. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, Jilly Jill. Hello to you from Mexico Beach. How nice. What's the weather like? It is a little bit more overcast today than it's been, which I like. It's been warm here. This room gets baked in the sun, so I took out the air conditioner, the portable one, and I wish I didn't because it's been hot here. Good morning, Mingle. I love you too. Boy, so I'm going to have a little venting and then try to find gratitude in it. Okay, so yesterday I got a call from my insurance company, Kaiser. Now, Kaiser, one of the reasons why I go to it is because it's so easy. You only go to Kaiser doctors. It's a single system. You don't have to go to a doctor and then submit it to a PPO and then no, it's just all contained. You go to the Kaiser hospital, you go to Kaiser doctor, Kaiser, and they're very friendly. They're all very friendly. So grateful for how friendly everyone is. But I get a call from billing, and I'm like, no, I'm on a bill pay, and I always pay my copays, when I go in. I didn't realize at 50 something years old, I did not understand how insurance worked. At least insurance that I pay 100% my own insurance. So, not on Obamacare, not through an employer. And there's a note when you had that that heart murmur that you had. The doctor put a stethoscope on my back. And go, sounds a little. I may have heard a murmur, so I'm going to send you in to get a scan, like they do with the babies, the ultrasound on your heart. I'm like, okay, what's that going to cost me? Well, your copay is $90. I'm like, okay, great. So it's like a $900. They show me the $900 procedure. They paid $300. They go, oh, you still owe $600 for that procedure. I'm like, $600 to double check on the murmur? I'm like, well, if I knew it was going to cost me, including my copay, $700 out of pocket, I would ask the doctor, can you just listen again? Can you just double check? And now I'm like, so every time they say get a test or do anything, I'm going to say, what's that going to cost me? What's that going to cost me? Because I thought the copay is what I paid. But that is not the case. And now because I didn't get the cheapest insurance possible. I paid. I'm like a gold. I have a Kaiser Gold, which is like one of the top tier ones that I could have got. I'm like, fuck. So $600 a month for my insurance, and then I had to pay $600 for this just scan to just make sure. But they said you're fine, and they're even this is probably going to be nothing. But I'm like, well, fuck. So now I'm thinking I want to go to insurance that is minimum, and then I'll just won't go to a doctor, or I will go to, you know, places where I pay for the care I need. So my gratitude for all of that is that I am in good health. And my gratitude is that the murmur found that there's nothing wrong with me. So I'm so grateful for my health, even though I'm very frustrated with the system. And I am so grateful that I have money in the bank that I can pay this with, and it's not going to change my life at all. But I could see how I see how the medical system would drive you insane. If I was living month to month and I didn't have that money in savings, yesterday I was so angry. I mean, if that was going to affect my lifestyle because of being the, I could have taken drastic action, and I could totally. It's so frustrating thinking about how healthcare is in the rest of the world compared to here, and how, if you go to the hospital, it can bankrupt you. It can change. Fuck. So I'm grateful that I'm in good health. I'm grateful my family's in good health, and I'm grateful that I have money in the bank to pay this bill that is infuriating. Whew. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Jeff. Or good afternoon. So if you say good afternoon, then I want to know where you are. I'm in San Diego, California, where it is 9 a.m. Birds are chirping like crazy. Good thing I like the sound of birds, because it's louder than the sound of construction that is kicking into overdrive. Glacius by Clayto is grateful for the competent healthcare staff who are truly compassionate. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing but wonderful things to say about the personalities of the people that I have encountered with. My demeanor of everyone at Kaiser is awesome. My doctor, I love her. She's great. But it takes a really long time to get an appointment. I often will make an appointment and make something up just so I can get on the books like 4 months from now, so that if by then maybe something will be wrong and I can always cancel it before. In fact, note to self, make a doctor's appointment even if you don't need it. Oh, cool, you can hear the birds. Gerbot is grateful for the medical insurance I get through my employer. Seriously, and I could see how if you have insurance through a job, you can't quit. I used to have insurance through Medi-Cal, and it was so awesome. And there was a point where I was like, I can't make any more money, because if I make any more money, I will now have to go from paying zero for insurance to $600 a month plus these expenses. So I don't want to make any more money. It's such a stupid system. Juan recommending check out Mexico. Oh, Jeff's in Toronto. Awesome. Hello, Kiana. Kiana said, good morning. Grateful for me and my contribution to your GoFundMe. Well, glad I could help. I generally, anytime I see a GoFundMe, I try to put something in it. So if you have any fundraiser that you're doing for yourself or for an art project, let me know. I will. I almost never reshare, and I don't always contribute if you say, hey, this is my buddy. But if you say this is me, then I will always do what I can if I've got the means. Mingle is grateful for attempting to surf yesterday. That is awesome. I was thinking of you as I was putting pillows in pillowcases this morning. Good morning, Frog Kisser. We met at Burning Man 2006, 7, and 8. Woo! Look at us, old school. Boom. Well, nice to see you again in Texas. Beautiful. Speaking of Texas, is today the day? Is Joe Rogan talking to Trump today? Let's see, what else am I grateful for? Okay, so here's an awesome thing that happened yesterday. It started a week ago. I'd shared that I helped my mom go through her garage and purge things and donate things, and she had an old bread maker that she hadn't used for years, and so it was in the donate pile, and I was like, my beloved Lisa loves bread. She loves toast. That's like her special treat. Like if I want ice cream, she wants toast. So I'm like, you know what? I should see if how hard it is. I should just make fresh bread. And so yesterday, I did it. I a couple days ago, I figured out what ingredients I needed. So I ordered. It's not that many ingredients, but you need a certain yeast that we didn't have, and I needed flour, which I didn't have, bread flour. So I set it all up in the garage so that she wouldn't smell it. And then middle of the day yesterday, I went to her room. I go, could I have you for a few minutes? Well, first she said, hey, do you want a snack? You want a sandwich? I go, you know what? Could you wait 10 minutes? Because the bread had been cooking for 3 hours. It was going to be ready in 10 minutes. I'm like, do you mind if we just hold off 10 minutes for lunch? And then I set a table with a candle. I put on classical music and had a slice of warm, fresh bread and butter out there for her. And we had this bread that I made from scratch. And I was feeling like, good job. That was a good boyfriend move. And I'm so grateful that I'm grateful for Mom giving me that bread maker. I'm grateful that I am in such a beautiful partnership that my mind and my heart is like, I want to do nice things for this person. I want to make them happier. It makes me so happy to make her happy. And so grateful that I got to find joy by bringing her some joy with some fresh, delicious bread. It was way better than I thought. I've never done it before. It was so easy. There's like 5 ingredients, and then you just leave it for 3 hours, and it's awesome. Jeff in Canada is saying, we have free healthcare. I find it great, but some people find it very bad. We pay for it with our tax, 30 to 50%, depending on how much you make. Wow, 30 to 50 of your income? Holy moly. 30% to 50%. Wow. Okay, so maybe paying $600 for a test I didn't need isn't that bad. Good morning, Natasha. Says, I'm grateful today for feeling less knee pain and a renewed sense of possibility for more movement without risking injury. The doctor said I can work out. Work it out. Nice. Man, the human body is a big project. And as we age, it becomes a bigger and bigger part of our attention. Yikes. I am also grateful. I had a bunch of really fun phone conversations and video chats yesterday. I had a video chat with Asher, so I got to play with him online, see his adorable face. And I had a talk with Mark Day, if you're familiar with Burning Man artist extraordinaire Mark Day. It was really nice to talk creative projects and AI art, and I'm really grateful for creative inspiration in many directions yesterday. Chris says, voted yesterday. Grateful for the opportunity to contribute to our republic. Grateful to ignore political ads starting now. Awesome. Yay. I'm grateful that I survived a day of posting a political thing online and dealing with all of the responses. It's about half the people were like, yes, thank you for saying this. And the other half argued with me and believes that I'm a sheep and all sorts of stuff. Gearbot says, I love the bread maker. Fresh bread is so great. I know. We only had a piece each, so now I've got a loaf that I'm sure is not as good today, but maybe as toast. We'll see. Thanks for saying hello, Frog Kisser. Hello to you, Rue in sunny Alberta. We got Toronto and Alberta representing. Natasha saying there's so much our bodies do all day, every day, we don't even think about. Speaking of not even thinking about, I agree. It's like, and especially you don't even like, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, now that my elbow is hurt, I'm constantly using my elbow and I have no idea. The author that I really like, Dave Pargin, who wrote about the black box of doom that I talked about. I follow his social medias, and he did a thing about the Ouija board, and that the reason why the Ouija board works is there's this phenomenon that I wrote down somewhere, but it's where your mind can do cognitive processes without you being aware of it. So it spells things because your mind works on a level that you're not aware of. And it's the same phenomenon that allows, like, if you've ever driven home from work while thinking about, like, not paying attention to the road at all, and you're like, because the majority of your daily functioning happens without requiring you to really think about it. And he said it's actually, we think that we're like making choices, but really we're mostly on auto drive, and then our thinking brain is going, yes, yes, Interesting, huh? Good morning, Jax. Jax is grateful that I got an inspection and tags cleared up this week. That's got to feel good. You're about saying the power of the subconscious, right? I mean, because our consciousness is our awareness, we have this way overinflated sense of its importance, when the majority of our functioning, all the processes of our body, and in fact things like driving and tying shoes and even decision making, is happening on a level that is not in our conscious mind. But because we are not aware of it, we don't include it in our analysis of what we are doing. Or maybe we don't even think of it as we. Interesting. Good morning, Izzy. Izzy says, grateful I made it till Friday. Future grateful for attending a sound bath with my spiritual master and then going out with friends. That sounds like a lovely plan. Enjoy. Glass just saying, my oldest kiddo has a middle name that came to me and a good friend on the weekend. Are those two things or one thing? Walking too, Gerbot, yes. What's the middle name? Can you share it? Is it came to you like from the subconscious? We'll share a little bit more gratitude and then have a hug and go off into our day. Oh, it came to you on the Ouija. I see, not the weekend. Got it. Oh, that's cool. That makes more sense. So Lisa and I, we had planned on moving on Tuesday. We're still planning on moving on Tuesday, but the lease says that we are responsible for any infractions to the HOA rules. But we've been asking for weeks for a copy of the HOA rules, and they've been unable to provide them. And they're waiting, and the management company, they keep saying we're trying. And so I don't want to sign a lease and agree to something that I don't know what it says. So if we don't get the HOA rules by noon today, we are going to postpone our move-in until the middle of next month, because we've got events the next 2 weekends, and it just doesn't make sense. So there's a little bit of a little frustration and tension in the day. My house is, I'm totally in the process of moving, boxed up stuff everywhere. I'm actually a lot farther along than I thought I would be. I made a ton of progress, but it's a little scary to be in this place of we're either moving Tuesday or, in 3 weeks. So hopefully we'll have a shift in things soon. Today's Friday? Oh my gosh. Rue says, grateful to be visiting my mom this morning. She is going blind and in a nursing home, so I'm bringing her some audiobooks. Sweet. Well, I'm grateful that no matter what happens, we have a plan to move and we have a place to go because the sawing is loud right now, and I bet Lisa's not happy about it. So grateful that I have options. Grateful that my parents are safe and having a beautiful trip through historic Virginia, and they're visiting Civil War battlefields. And my dad's kind of a Civil War historic buff. Anyone else want to share a little bit of last gratitude? Good morning, Razorblade. Grateful to get to see you today. What else? Was there something else that I said? Done my healthcare, the bread. Saw Asher. Oh, I'm grateful for the show. This Is Us. I cry a lot when I watch that show. It really shows these beautiful portraits of relationships and in a complicated and mature way. And I find that it often helps me to see the relationships in my life through this lens of just appreciation for the humanity of everyone in it. And so I'm grateful for entertainment like that really touches my heart and makes me appreciate my life. Juan talking about, what about rules like no pink vehicles in the side yard? That's exactly right. Like I'm planning on parking the Hugmobile in our parking area, which is not, you can't see it by the road, so I think it should be fine. But if it's not, that would make a big difference. Or it's a gated community. So what if there are rules about the gate that are like no guest can come in after midnight, or you can only have so many guests at a time. I don't know. I mean, it seems like a fancy area. So I've never lived in a gated community, so I don't want to promise to follow those rules. Getting pink vehicles could be one of them. Natasha says, I'm grateful to be able to lean into this phase of nesting in our new house, turning it into our home bit by bit. I'm looking forward to that. Although, since this has been, moving is such a hassle, I'm already because we're not planning on living, we're renting this place that we're going to. And long term, we want to buy a home. So it's a little, I'm already thinking, am I going to unpack all these boxes? I know Lisa will, because she loves nesting. So we'll see. All right. Well, I am so grateful to get to start this day with you and to have this reminder of all the cone available, even when there's sometimes crap. I'm grateful for all of our health and all of our good stuff. Gearbot says, you got some unknown unknowns. Exactly. Yeah. So hopefully we'll have more knowns by noon. So wherever you are, let's give ourselves a big squeeze, give a big old hug of appreciation and gratitude for our bodies and our health and our healing in this moment and our connection and the gratitudes we've heard and the growth and the deep knowledge that we'll figure it all out, whatever it is. So let's take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us here, thanks for being here for some Love Morning connection. Thank you, Love Ambassadors. Hope you have a beautiful day. If you have an opportunity to be kind today, please do. And share it with us tomorrow. If I don't see you this weekend, have a great weekend. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I'm also grateful. I have lunch plans with my oldest friend, Darren, today. Yay. Enjoy, everyone. Thank you.